Because I made a whole movie about it, and which you know, and the sad part about that is that you could run that movie in theaters starting tomorrow, and it would feel like I made it last week. That's the sad part of it, that nothing has changed. In fact, it's gotten worse. I remember I went to the MPAA last week to get our R rating that they've given this film. They give all of my films an R. All but one have received an R rating. And I think teenagers should be able to see this movie. And they gave it because I showed the Portuguese using drugs without consequence or punishment. I show violence, the NYPD killing a black man on the sidewalk of Staten Island. That's what got me the R. Yes, 1.5 seconds of not just nudity. I put a man in there who was naked getting in the tub. And I tried to, yes. And I wasn't just going to have the woman get in and then cut quickly. It wasn't an angry penis, it was a normal German penis. And I said to the MPAA, seriously, if you're giving me an R because you don't want 16-year-olds to look at that German penis, let me tell you something. Obviously you don't have 16-year-olds because the last thing they want to look at is anybody naked at 50 years old. All the kids are going to turn away on their own. So, anyways, I appealed. I lost 10-2. They kept the R rating on it. But I said to them, I was here 13 years ago with Bowling for Columbine. You gave that an R. And one of the reasons you said in giving it the R, back then we had one school shooting a year. And I said, you are giving this an R because, quote, you don't want teenagers to have to witness school shootings on film. How'd that work out? How'd that work out, keeping that from them, not starting a discussion amongst young people 13 years ago? Because now, what is it, 307 mass shootings in 2015? That's 4 more people shot. We're in an awful situation, and I tried to do my part about it 13 years ago, and we can do this, but it's just like I said in the film. If we can elect a man twice whose middle name is Hussein, that's our fellow Americans elected that guy, right? It's pretty impressive. It's not, seriously, between the Hudson River and La Cienega Boulevard, it's not all the wildlings out there like in Game of Thrones. It's there's coming. It's seriously, really, your fellow Americans out where I live, it's not as bad as you think it is. And Trump will be the Republican candidate, and then we win. Because I want to give you a statistic that they do not report on the news. 81% of the people voting in the election next year, 81% of the eligible voters are either women, people of color, or young adults between the ages of 18 and 35. Trump and the Republicans have alienated all 3 of these groups, the vast majority of all 3 of these groups, completely alienated. Women, dames, broads, that's Trump's language, right? People of color, build a wall around them, don't let them into the country. And young people, and if you have a 19 or 20-year-old, not a single one of them thinks that he's cool. They're not going to vote for him. So if our side, and this is the only problem, comes out to vote, we'll be okay. If we stay home, then not so much. But that's my thing. Yes, ma'am.